People always like to talk about who's the greatest, who's the GOAT, and I don't like those discussions because different eras, different players, different rules. So I had that kind of confidence.
You're not Michael Jordan. You're not the GOAT. You did choke in an NBA Finals. 4 consecutive fourth quarters in an NBA Finals. This man was scoring 4 points. One game, he scored 0 points. In an NBA Finals fourth quarter. With Jason Terry or J.J. Barea guarding you. There is no explanation for that to anybody who knows basketball.
Larry Bird just shook the NBA world with 5 blunt words. Stop pretending you're the GOAT. The Celtics legend didn't hold back, and what he said next has fans rethinking LeBron James' legacy. This isn't a random shot from a retired star. It's Larry Bird carefully breaking down LeBron's claim to being the greatest, step by step. The points he raises are so strong that even some of LeBron's biggest supporters are starting to hesitate. What's surprising is how quietly it began, before turning into what may become the biggest basketball debate of 2025 at Larry Bird, a player who always backed up his trash talk with elite performance, finally addressed the big issue everyone's been debating. LeBron James calling himself the greatest of all time. Bird wasn't convinced. In an interview that surfaced in January 2025, he didn't just question LeBron's GOAT claim. He tore it apart. Stop pretending you're the GOAT, Bird said calmly, with the same confidence he had when he used to tell defenders exactly where he'd shoot from before making it. He made it clear, LeBron can be part of the discussion, but he doesn't get to end it. When the stats tell a different story, you can't act like the debate is settled. The room went completely quiet. When Larry Bird talks about basketball greatness, people pay attention. This isn't a loud media personality chasing clicks. This is a 3-time NBA champion, 3-time MVP, and one of the most clutch players ever telling today's king that his crown doesn't quite fit. Social media exploded right away. LeBron fans fired back, calling Bird bitter, outdated, and jealous of LeBron's long career. But Bird's supporters were ready. They pulled out finals records, clips of Bird's clutch moments, comparisons of teammates, and breakdowns of how hard each era really was. At that point, it stopped being a debate. Larry Bird had openly challenged LeBron's legacy, and he came armed with facts. This is where Bird really leaned in. He went straight to rings, the ultimate measure in basketball. LeBron has 4 championships. Bird has 3. At first glance, that sounds like a win for LeBron. But Bird disagreed. He argued that people focus too much on the number and not enough on the story behind it. How were those rings won? Who did you beat to get them? And did you build a dynasty? Or did you move around to find one? That argument hit hard. Bird won all 3 of his championships with the same core group. Same city, same team, same loyalty. LeBron won his 4 titles with 3 different franchises: Miami, Cleveland, and Los Angeles. Each time, he either formed a super team or joined other star players. Bird made his point clearly. He didn't call Magic Johnson a team up, and he didn't recruit other MVPs to rescue him. Boston built something special and went to battle with the players they had. That used to mean something. The comparison hits hard because it's based on real facts. Bird, McHale, and Parrish were the foundation. The Celtics drafted well, grew together, and dominated the 1980s while facing some of the toughest competition the league has ever seen. Magic's Lakers, the Bad Boy Pistons, and Dr. J's Sixers. Every championship run was a war against basketball legends. LeBron's journey looks very different through Bird's eyes. In Bird's view, you can't call yourself the greatest when you had to change teams 3 times to win your rings. That's not building a legacy. That's chasing one. And there's a difference. Bird didn't stop there. He brought up the 2011 Finals loss to Dallas, when LeBron's Miami Heat were heavy favorites but still lost in 6 games. Bird was blunt. The greatest of all time doesn't disappear in the finals. Jordan didn't. Magic didn't. Bird said he didn't either. LeBron has been to the finals 10 times, but his record is 4-6. That means he's lost more finals than he's won. Bird didn't hesitate to compare. Jordan went 6-0. Bird went 3-2. In Bird's view, the numbers don't lie. If you're truly the GOAT, you don't lose more championships than you win. End of story. But Bird wasn't finished. He went after something even deeper: leadership. To Bird, leadership isn't blaming others or leaving when things get hard. It's making your teammates better. It's sacrifice. It's showing up when the pressure is highest. He pointed to his own career as proof. Playing with Bird helped turn Dennis Johnson into a Hall of Famer. Kevin McHale grew into one of the greatest post players in NBA history. That, Bird argued, is what real leadership looks like. Even Robert Parrish, who was already a great player, became truly dominant in Boston with Bird alongside him. Bird explained it simply. He made his teammates better by playing unselfishly. He passed when someone else had the better shot, set screens, and did the dirty work. To Bird, that's what real leadership looks like. He gave LeBron credit for putting up big numbers, but said the difference shows when things go wrong. There's always an excuse. Teammates weren't good enough, the front office failed, the coach didn't have the right system. Then Bird delivered his strongest criticism. You can't call yourself the greatest player ever while also controlling roster moves, forcing teams to trade young talent for aging stars that fit your timeline. That isn't leadership, it's control. And when those moves fail, you don't get to blame others. If you ask for the power, you have to own the results. The pattern is easy to see. LeBron's influence over roster decisions in Miami, Cleveland, and Los Angeles has been well documented. Trading young players for win-now veterans, pushing for certain coaches, and demanding specific signings. When those teams eventually collapsed, LeBron moved on. Bird never did business that way. Bird played his entire career with one team. He trusted the front office and helped build something that lasted. That's what legends do, he said. They don't run. They don't make excuses. They win with what they have, or they go down fighting. For Bird, leadership isn't just about plays and strategy. It's about mindset. And he believes that, despite all his success, LeBron's mindset doesn't match the true greats of the game. This is where Bird's argument gets more controversial. He started comparing eras and didn't hold back. Night after night, he said, he was facing Hall of Famers, Magic and the Lakers, Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons, Julius Erving, Moses Malone, Dominique Wilkins. Every game felt like a battle. You couldn't take plays off. You couldn't coast through the regular season and then turn it on in the playoffs. That Bird's point is clear. The 1980s and early 1990s were different. The league was smaller, the talent was more concentrated, and the competition was relentless. With fewer teams back then, every roster was full of elite players. You couldn't dodge tough competition. Bird sees LeBron's era as much easier. He called the Eastern Conference during most of LeBron's prime a joke. Who was he really beating to reach the finals year after year? The Pacers, the Hawks, the Raptors before Kawhi arrived? Bird scoffed. I had to get past Magic, Kareem, and Worthy just for a shot at a ring. LeBron was basically walking to the finals for almost a decade.